the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Coming up on the news at noon, turning pain into progress, how the family of a woman killed in a fire hopes to make lasting change this afternoon. And later, a community concerned after a crash, why neighbors in Frederick, Maryland are demanding solutions to a dangerous problem.
And those morning clouds we saw this morning finally out of the area. We're talking about sunshine today and warmer temperatures, so definitely keep it here. We'll break it down for you guys in just a bit.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for the news at noon. I'm Shanika Grimshaw in for Mark Hall. We're starting with breaking news this afternoon. A bus driver is in the hospital after a fiery crash in Prince George's County. This is what the scene looked like just before noon. No students were hurt in the crash, but the bus driver was taken to the hospital with minor injuries. Officers say it happened this morning around 8:40 near the corner of Suitland Road and Silver Hill Road. A county spokesperson also says the driver of the sedan fled the scene. Right now, it's not clear what led up to the crash. And also breaking now, shots fired near Coolidge High School in Northwest D.C. D.C. police finished a news conference about what happened. Police say a student was walking to school when a car approached him. The driver got out of the car with a gun and told the student to give them his coat. The student complied and gave up his coat. As the suspect was leaving, police believe that is when the gun went off. The student was uninjured. So far, at least 3 different shootings have happened around that school.
No, it is extremely concerning. Just like prior incidents that we have around any of our schools, we want our children to be able to go to and from school, and while they're at school, we want them to be safe. They should feel safe. The community needs to feel safe, so it is a great concern. Anytime our vulnerable people, the elderly or the children, are victims of a violent offense, especially this close in proximity to a school, it's extremely concerning for everybody.
We have a team on the ground, and we'll have more information coming right here on DC News Now. Happening soon, the family of a Silver Spring woman killed in an apartment fire will be speaking to Maryland General Assembly. 25-year-old Melanie Diaz's father says they are traveling from Florida to Annapolis. They're expected to attend the first hearing on a bill to put fire extinguishers in all high-rise buildings that don't have automatic sprinklers. The fire forced more than 400 people to evacuate in mid-February, and so far investigators say there are several possible causes of the fire but can't key in on one.
He woke up to people yelling fire, fire. It's kind of crazy to know that we won't know what the actual reasoning was. It's kind of shocking, to be honest.
As for today's hearing, Diaz's family hopes fire extinguishers will be in all buildings by July 1st. The hearing starts at 1:30 this afternoon. Also this afternoon, health and community advocates are set to rally for Medicaid access in Southeast D.C. People are expected to gather near the big chair on Martin Luther King Avenue around 1:30. Now, this rally comes as Medicaid coverage is expected to change in D.C. when the COVID public health emergency ends. And this afternoon, a fallen tree in Tacoma Park, Maryland, nearly hit a dog. This happened around 2:30 p.m. yesterday, and the chief's spokesperson for Montgomery County Fire and Rescue says the tree caused the roof and structural damage to the home. Now, the dog was in its crate at the time. Officials say the crate actually protected the dog from injury. No one was home at the time of the incident. Some who live in Frederick have more answers about safety after that tanker crash and explosion 2 weeks ago. Now, community leaders held a forum to allow people to ask questions following the incident that took the life of the tanker driver, destroyed some homes, and left a community shaken. Our Tosin Fakile is by US 15, where the explosion happened, and explains what safety improvements are coming as early as this week.
We're talking as soon as Sunday for some of those safety improvements. That's according to official. The safety measure that is up first is guardrails that'll go right here on US 15 next to Apple Avenue. Now, those who live in the homes near this highway heard and felt the impact of that unfortunate incident of the tanker crash and explosion. During Wednesday's meeting, neighbors got to make safety suggestions, ask questions, and got answers from state and local officials. Many questions centered around concerns for safety and noise, and just hearing how loud it is here, you can understand why neighbors say they want a noise barrier. And officials say a noise barrier is in the plan, and it's included in the widening US 15 project. The guardrail that's supposed to go up is something one Frederick woman says she wants to see get done.
I just think that it should have been something that didn't happen. I think that they need to put up a wall barrier or speed cameras, or even the police on the streets could actually help prevent something like this.
Officials say widening of Route 15 construction is expected to begin in 2026. Now, besides making physical changes to US 15, one neighbor suggested an immediate change could be reducing the speed limit here on US 15. That suggestion received a loud applause during Wednesday's meeting, and state officials say adjusting the speed limit is something they can look into and do a survey about. In Frederick, I'm Tosin Fakile for DC News Now.
Now, city officials say they've drafted a letter to go to the state of Maryland showing what safety improvements residents are calling for and that are needed. And developing now, an immigrant from Jordan was shot and killed in Southeast on Sunday night. Police say the shooting happened during a car chase. 2 men were killed and a third person was injured. Now, a spokesperson for the Embassy of Jordan confirmed Hamza Abu Haloa was one of the 2 people killed. His cousin says he was working behind the wheel of the vehicle that night and sending money back home to support his family in Jordan.
He was like dreaming, when I grow up, I will go to America. I will live the American dream. I will work for my family. The criminal rate in Washington, like no one can live in that situation. If somebody is just working and he had shot, what's the meaning of life?
Police say they do not believe any shots were fired from inside of the vehicle. And at this point, police are not identifying the second victim. They say they are looking for a sedan that took off after the shootings. Also developing now, the search continues for Roy McGrath. He's a former chief of staff to former Maryland Governor Larry Hogan. FBI agents raided Roy McGrath's Florida home. It's been 3 days since McGrath was supposed to appear in court for federal corruption charges. McGrath is accused of stealing hundreds of thousands of dollars from the state of Maryland. His indictment also says he used state funds for personal expenses. And happening today, Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen is set to testify before the Senate Finance Committee. She says the U.S. banking system, quote, remains sound. Yellen will be the first Biden administration official to face lawmakers after deciding to protect uninsured money at the Silicon Valley and Signature banks. Fears about the world banking system are reaching Europe. The White House has reassured Americans their accounts are safe, but panic and question still remain. The latest fears in banking now are focused on a major bank called Credit Suisse. Now, the bank's biggest backer, a Saudi national bank, has decided not to give them any more money. On Capitol Hill, Senator Elizabeth Warren pointed to Trump's administration policies of rolling back regulations as the cause of the failures. Republicans are pushing back on the Biden administration's response.
To load up on risks, run up their profits, pay their executives giant bonuses, and eventually blow the banks.
Banks in Oklahoma, in rural towns, are about to pay a special fee to be able to bail out millionaires in San Francisco.
Now, some lawmakers believe it's time to permanently raise the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation's starting deposit. Currently, it's $250,000. And new this afternoon, TikTok officials refusing to part with the Chinese owners of the app, following reports that the Biden administration is threatening a ban in the U.S. A TikTok spokesperson said that a change in ownership does nothing to improve privacy, as the change would not put any data restrictions in place. And Stormy Daniels' lawyer says the adult film actress has met with prosecutors who are investigating hush money paid to her on former President Donald Trump's behalf. Daniels has previously said she had a sexual encounter with Trump back in 2006, which Trump denied. Now, Trump's former lawyer, Michael Cohen, says Trump directed him to pay Daniels $130,000 to keep the story quiet.